fellow pen lovers and stationery enthusiasts, it's Christy here, Snarky Wordsworth over on Instagram and Reddit, and today I am going to be talking all about my September stationery favorites. So yes, I know we are in the middle of October already, but I just had so many items that I really loved working with in September that I couldn't resist making the video despite the fact that it is wicked late. So hopefully these items will be interesting enough that you'll forgive me the belated nature of this video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the Rex. Okay, so this is the Midori MD paper notebook cover. I have it in the A5 size, but it also comes in an A6, and it's just designed to house your thinner Midori notebooks. So you can see here, it definitely would be a little too small for like the Codex or any of the thicker books, but it works well for like the standard size, and I really love this thing. So it gives off this very clean, minimal vibe. You can see there's just the stitching along the edges. When you open it up, it has a very thin tuck for you to put your notebook covers in, and there are no pockets, nothing else like that. It's super duper lightweight, and yet it's very much a hard wearing paper. It's not a cardstock precisely or anything like that, but it wears super well. So this definitely mimics a bit of like a nude leather cover, which obviously it is not that. It's around $13 or $14, I think, MSRP. So we're not dealing with something that's designed to last for decades. But the thing is, it is designed to sort of look kind of cool as it wears, you know. If there are creases, if it gets a little bit stained, it's not the end of the universe. It actually gives it a little bit of character. I've seen some people make videos where they've purposefully crinkled the cover and sort of given it an aged look, and it actually is pretty awesome, I think. And I am thinking about getting another one just so that I can sort of try it and see if I like the look. But besides that, it does just a very good job of keeping my notebook nice and clean and without any damage. And since this is my social media journal and calendar, I kind of just throw it in my bag whenever. And the last one I had, the cover had kind of ripped off and it was like a hot mess by the end of the year. So this one, however, has definitely kept it really wearing well, and the cover itself still looks really pretty good. They're like little tiny stains, but nothing super egregious or super noticeable, and I just really enjoy it. It doesn't add a ton of weight to my bag, which is always a plus, because even like the thinnest leather notebook definitely adds a little bit of heft. So if you're looking for something that is much more affordable, like I said, it's between $13 and $14 MSRP, that will still protect your thinner notebooks, definitely check out the Midori MD notebook cover in the paper. It's very hard wearing, and I think worth checking out. Okay, this is my Liebe 6-zip pen case. I love this thing so much. It's in the natural leather, but it also comes, I believe, in black, and now they also have a smooth black, I want to say. These are veg tan. And the 6-zip, of course, holds 6 fountain pens really cozily, whether we're talking about more of a pocket-sized pen or larger. What I love the most is that there are these little flaps that cover the tops of the pens so that you don't risk any scratching or bumping. There's also enough give within the case that the pens aren't rubbing right up against each other. There's still plenty of room so that it doesn't get damaged that way. You've got your YKK zipper, of course, strong, tight, works really well. And the leather is such that while it is nice and lush and smooth and buttery and just it smells amazing, it's not so heavy that your bag suddenly feels like you're holding a brick when you're carrying 6 pens, which is definitely a perk for me because I love being able to carry more than a couple of pens and not feel like my bag is like extra bulky now. So yeah, if you are interested, the Liebe 6-zip pen case is wonderful. It's probably one of my favorite pen cases that I've ever had, and I continue to use it every single day. Okay, so this is the Delfonics small pouch. I absolutely adore this thing. I know we've got a lot of videos all about the medium size, but for me, having this small size is such a lifesaver. It really forces me to kind of streamline all of the stuff that I tote with me. Plus you still have room to sort of decorate it and make it very personalized to you. It's just a really, really convenient pouch. The outside pockets, I usually will only put things that have clips. Like I love my little chunky Uniball 1 pen, but I would not put this outside unless it without that clip, just because I get a little bit paranoid that things are going to get lost, you know. But in the back, it's got a Velcro slip pocket, so I keep things like my foldable scissors, an X-Acto knife with a cap, some rulers, things like that. And it's been very, very secure. A lot of times I'll clip like a journaling binder clip on the back as well, just so I have it when I need it. Inside, the main pocket is pretty large considering how small this thing is. If you can see, like, I have small hands, and this is how big it is comparatively. But in that main pocket, it fits my Canon IV2 little portable printer. There's room for like a fairly reasonably large glue snail, and then I've got correction tape and a boatload of pens and markers that I use on a very regular basis. You've got two little slip pockets. I have my Canon charger cord in one, and I think I have like a little mini stapler in there too. But I mean, you can hold a lot of stuff in here, enough so that I'm actually debating on getting the extra small pouch just to streamline even more. That's supposing I can actually find one and find one in a color that I like. But that's a problem for another day. But yes, if you are looking for something that holds quite a lot, but still won't let you carry the entire kitchen sink with you, this is a really good size, I think. Certainly for me, and certainly for anyone else who's looking to sort of downsize their traveling stationery supplies. Okay, so this is my Toyo Camber-top 350Y steel toolbox, and I got it in the white. I love this thing. I use this to hold all of my traveler's notebooks and my smaller journals and whatnot, and it is absolutely perfect. It is exactly what I wanted from the get-go, and it has far exceeded my expectations, and I thought I'd just sort of show you exactly how much this thing holds, because it sits on my desk and it looks beautiful, but it's also like super duper useful, so you could use it for far more than this, but I thought it might be helpful just to sort of see what goes inside. So yeah, that is quite a lot of stuff. I've got 3 of the standard sized traveler's notebooks in there. One that's pretty chunky. I've got 4 refills for the standard. I have my Hobonichi Weeks in a hand-stitched leather tee cover. I have next year's Hobonichi Weeks. I've got a number of just little inserts that I put into the Hobonichi Weeks. I've got my media journal, which is just an A6 Hobonichi notebook. I have my 1 page, 1 day, 1 day, 1 page. I never remember, but the Midori, it's chunky as heck. I don't use it very much. I'm terrible with this thing, but it does live here. I've got an A6 Midori notebook in an A6 paper cover. I have a little leather cover housing a field notes book. I have 3 of my little passport traveler's notebooks, and I have a boatload of passport size traveler notebook inserts, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 passport size inserts in here, just waiting to be used. And all of this fits beautifully in this toolbox, and I just have it sitting on my desk, and it makes me smile every time I look at it. But it's also just been hugely helpful as a way to sort of organize this stuff, so I know anytime I'm looking for one of the inserts, it's going to be in here. One of my books, it'll be in here, unless of course it's in my bag, because this one actually, only spends evenings in this case because it's usually living with me because it's my everyday carry. Anyway, but this is what it looks like when it's fully packed. You can see how much stuff it holds, but obviously it can hold pretty much anything else that you'd want to fit in here too. So just so you have an idea, but yes, definitely recommended the Toyo Camber-top 350Y steel toolbox. Super useful, and it makes everything look really pretty. All right, next up, this is the 1.61 Soft Goods Essential Traveler's Notebook Insert. It's made of this beautiful, very thin leather, and you can see the little logo insignia here. And I just think this thing is so great. It has 3 card pockets up front, a slip pocket that you can put pretty much anything in, and then a nice zippered pocket on the back or the front, wherever you want. And I usually just put ephemera and whatnot in there. But it's really, really cool because it takes up very little space. I find a lot of the leather inserts make your traveler's notebook wicked chunky, but it doesn't really do that, which is fascinating to me. Because even though it is leather, it's super lightweight, but not in a way that makes me think it's going to tear. I've had this thing for a couple years now, and it still is amazing. It's in great condition. The zipper is phenomenal. It is a YKK zipper, by the way, and you can get it with either the black or the white. And I just went with black because I thought it might just look a bit neater over time, because I could definitely see the beige one getting pretty dingy after a while just because of how much I use it. And I do always house this in my camel traveler's notebook just because I use it all the time, and I love having something like this in here. And just like any insert, you can see it really doesn't add bulk. And because this camel notebook houses my just regular journal as well as whatever travel journal I've got going on, it can get pretty chunky pretty quickly, but that's why I wanted something to hold ephemera that wouldn't bulk it out that much, and it really doesn't, and it still looks beautiful. That's the other thing, like you could get like a lighter like plastic one, but I just love the look of the leather, and it ages so well. Like I said, I've had this for a couple years and it just looks really well lived in and loved, and that's kind of the point with these. So yeah, definitely check that one out. 1.61 Soft Goods, the Essential Traveler's Notebook Insert. They have other options, I believe, now as well, so I would definitely recommend checking out the company in general because it does make some beautiful things. I have a couple other pieces from them, and I've been very happy with everything I've purchased from the company. Okay, next up are these little clips from Ohto. They're called the Smile Slide Clippers in small. I have this in the pastel colorway, and these things are just stinking adorable. They have smiley faces. There's a regular, just general smiley, but then they're also winking smileys. I adore these things. One, because they're cute, but also because they're super useful. So it'll even hold like a fairly reasonable amount of leather. So of course it will hold a fairly reasonable amount of paper, but it's also very secure. Like these don't slide out unless you want them to, but they also don't cause damage. That's the other thing. I have a couple of other sort of binder paper clips that will leave divots in whatever they're clipped onto, which, you know, it's not necessarily that big of a deal, but I like it when it's not going to do that. So I have these. I use them in any of my journals with like the leather slide pockets because, again, works really well, super secure, doesn't cause damage. But they are just super cute. Like, look at these little smileys. Who wouldn't love them? And I'm just in general really much a big fan of Ohto's clips. No matter what, whether they're these little metal multi-stack clips or if they're just like the little smiley paper clips, I love them all. And would definitely recommend them. They only come in packets of 10 when it comes to these like little slide clippers, but you can reuse them over and over and over again. It's just like any kind of clip. It's super sturdy, and the 10 will probably get you pretty far unless you're going to be clipping a lot of things with them. So just keep that in mind though. And you can get them from Jet Pens. At least that's where I picked up mine. You can also get them from Cult Pens and a few other big retailers, but those are the ones that I usually go to. But yes, highly recommended. Okay, so these were my 6 September stationery faves. I really love all of these items, and if any of them caught your eye or if you happen to have any questions, please pop those in the comments below. If you happen to have any thoughts about any of these items, if they're in your collections, definitely share those too. I'm always interested in hearing what other people think about different stationery products. It's always like a lot of fun for me anyway. Or if you have any items that you think I should look into after seeing these kinds of things, definitely share those. You know me, I'm always looking for different things to check out and explore. As always, thank you so much for joining me. This has been like delightfully fun to just kind of go through my collection, see what I've been using, and figure out why I like them so much. And that really makes me enjoy the pieces that I've actually put into my collection so much more than just randomly using them and not really being very mindful about it. So yeah, this has been really great for me. So again, thank you so much for joining me. If you've made it to the end of this video, you are everything that is awesome. Thanks so much, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye-bye.